Hi, my name is Mark Hasselbelt. I'm a sound designer from Copenhagen, Denmark. And this video is a documentation of the process of redesigning the audio for the opening moments of the video game Silt by Spiral Circus Games. And before showing any process, here is the final redesign. I recorded some labored breathing inside my cupped hand to give it some natural filtering. I reamped the recording with a small speaker unit inside a small glass bowl to place this sound as coming from inside the player character's helmet. And the two variations are then layered. For the lights flashing inside the player character's helmet, I recorded the buzzing and crackling of a lamp. I used RX to output only the crackles with the D-crackle module. And to add a metallic character, I reamped the crackles through a short loose spring that I dampened with my finger to avoid the longer resonant tail. I then layered it with numerous takes with various types of filtering. For the gnawing of the fish, I used a pair of scissors recorded with a contact microphone. I once again isolated the crackles in RX, which leaves a very wet and snappy texture. And to add an extra layer of texture when the play state changes, I recorded some running water into a plastic container with a hydrophone. And I then recorded a filtered version of this onto a dictaphone tape. And I then filtered and layered the final result. The chain rattling and breaking is made out of a pair of metal bolts that I shook around in my hand, alongside a recording of me fiddling with a box cutter. And the result is pitched around and layered. The possession beam is composed of a particular reel-to-reel tape feedback system. The output of the tape deck is processed with various effects in the DAW, such as reverb, frequency shifting, EQing, and so forth, with some parameters having very slow and subtle modulation applied to it. This will nudge the feedback in different directions that I often can't anticipate myself, and the result is usually a very slow glacial drone. But of course it depends on the effects in the chain and the parameter settings. The drone was again recorded with dictaphone tape to add some grit. And the activation noise is made out of artifacts from feedback recordings with the dictaphone. The Ambience drones are a product of the tape feedback system as well. and they have been further resampled and processed with the various outboard gear to add another element of dirt and noise. And they're once again recorded onto dictaphone. Played back at half speed. Another element is a handheld transducer feeding back onto a suspended spring, which allows for very subtle and performative results. This has been resampled, which is usually done in Super Collider, which allows me to very easily write small semi-random changes into parameters such as playback position, amplitude, pitch, and so forth. And this has yet again been processed through the chain of outboard effects, and all the layers are arranged in the end. Of course, this kind of work is an iterative process, and it wouldn't be feasible or very interesting to include all the iterations of all the audio elements here, but I'll include a single discarded iteration of the Ambience drones for the sake of demonstration. The primary method was to reamp a stochastic noise generator signal onto a prepared guitar. Process it via the outboard change and arrange it. While the result perhaps has the more conventionally expected atmosphere, this dark, ominous drone, I specifically wanted to try something else and have it contrast a tiny bit with the already dark and ominous visual aesthetic. So I went with the iteration, which was a lot lighter, but still very gritty and textured. Thank you very much for listening and watching.